Alright, hi guys, welcome to State of Crypto, your one stop for all crypto related news. I'm your host Martin. This is episode 13. Coinbase and Barclays breakup, world recession, and Bitcoin and Samsung. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is all for entertainment and education purposes only. Please do your own research before you purchase any cryptocurrency or digital asset. And if you're catching this stream live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay, make sure you leave us a comment below. If you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting once the stream is done, you can join us on our Discord. The link is in the description below. Now, on to the news. British bank Barclays has decided to end its sweet, loving relationship with Coinbase. Barclays will no longer provide banking services to Coinbase. And this will end the relationship they started in March 2018 when Coinbase expanded into Europe. Now, the deal made it easier for Coinbase users to buy cryptos with pounds and withdraw their funds. And so far, there's been no more comments from either Barclays or Coinbase. So we have to wait for more news to develop. However, do you guys think this is a bad move? Well, I think maybe it is. I mean, 3/4 of cryptocurrency businesses in Britain are forced to bank overseas because it is difficult to get banking services for crypto onshore. Now, Barclays will lose the access to the 1/4 that do bank within England, right? So, I don't know the reason behind this breakup. They don't state it in the article. They do say that there should be more information coming up, hopefully, and that both parties have declined to comment. So, we'll wait and see. Now, in other news, and this is going to be a conglomerate of approximately 4 or 5 articles that I found. And, well, as you guys might have seen, markets tumbled today as the 10-year Treasury bond dropped below the 2-year Treasury bond. And this inversion has often preceded an economic downturn. The 10-year Treasury bond yield fell below 1.6% Wednesday morning, dropping just below the 2-year Treasury bond. I am unsure at this time if they have reversed. We'll wait for some more news to come out tomorrow regarding this. Germany's GDP shrank, right? The 0 to negative 0.1% from 0.4%, which was the previous reading. Now, these readings usually happen every 3 months, so every quarter. So now this would put Germany on the path to a recession if they do not correct by next quarter. Now, an article from CNN points that 5 of the biggest world economies are at risk of recession. We already said that Germany is at risk of recession. Now, it's starting that the British economy shrank in Q2. Not necessarily saying it went to negative, it shrank. And Italy flatlined it. Now, Mexico, Dutch recession in Q1 was negative. Now, Q2 was slightly positive. And Brazil apparently has slipped into a recession in Q2. However, data that will come out in a few weeks will actually confirm whether or not Brazil is in a recession. Right now, people are speculating that Brazil might be in a recession. These are the articles. I'm trying to show them slowly. Now, for you guys that don't know, basically a recession happens when you have 2 consecutive quarters of economic contraction, meaning GDP has decreased, right, or dropped. Sometimes to the negative. Now, the Dow was down 800 points or 3.05%, and the S&P 500 was down 87.5 points, which was negative 2.39%. Now, an article from CNN suggests that the stocks fell as investors sold stock in companies and moved it into bonds. However, we also noticed that both the prices of silver and gold increased yesterday. Now, during the trade war, we could have said or seen a mixture of traditional and new age investors seeking to put their monies in stores of value. That's when President Trump was coming out with all these tariffs against China, then China defending, and all this escalation that we were seeing, right? Now, as I said, during the trade war, we saw a mixture, and people were seeking probably refuge in cryptos and gold because both went up during that time. Yesterday, that they said that the tariffs were gonna be delayed, or some of the tariffs were gonna be delayed until December 15th. We saw them both decreasing, right? And right now, we saw both, decreasing. And right now, with this basically crypto market cap went down and gold went up. So maybe it is that, you know, gold has been always the the refuge that people seek during recession, right? And since there's talks of recession and indicators signaling there's going to be a recession, maybe people are seeking to store their money in gold and not in crypto, because crypto has never been tested during a recession, right? Has never been used as a store of value during a recession. So that might be why we're seeing gold go up and crypto go down. Now, what do you guys think? Do you guys think we're gonna slip into a recession? If so, leave us a comment. You know, if you're live on chat, you can leave it right here on the chat, and if you're down here on the chat actually, and if you're actually catching the replay, you can leave us a comment after the stream is done. Now we're gonna look really quick at total market cap, and then we're gonna look at on the daily, and we're gonna look at all the market caps real quick because I want to show some points that I wanted to make. Now dominance, right? Dominance yesterday went down 8.23%, right? It was yesterday it closed at 257.5 billion. Right now dominance is sitting at 258 billion, which is 0.29% up. Now, see, yesterday closed 2 hours ago, right? So it was when we were talking about all these news coming out indicating recession, and we see that market cap is decreasing. However, Bitcoin yesterday increased, right? We're right now going to look at right now we're looking at Bitcoin dominance. Yesterday it went up 0.58% from an opening of 69.17 and closing at 69.59. Right now dominance is sitting at 69.52, which would put it decreasing by 0.10%. Now, if we look at you know, trade war escalation, right, all over this place, right here we get the news of the markets going down. Right here we saw the pause when they said they were going to move tariffs. Price went down. Right now dominance is going up. But if we look at this, when they said that the tariffs were going to go down, or we're going to be delayed, Bitcoin dominance decreased because all other coins had positive dominance, right? That's the day here, August 13th, right? We're going to go look at XRP dominance, right? August 13th, green day. We're going to go look at Litecoin, August 13th, green day, right? And Binance saw a green day, right, as well, right here, August 13th, green day. Right, so money left Bitcoin, or maybe it didn't leave Bitcoin, but money moved into alts, right? Because previously we had seen money go out of alts into Bitcoin and into other places. Right now, market dominance going down. Bitcoin right now is going down as well, and we can see it here, right? I mean, this is the news yesterday. Yesterday, Bitcoin went up a little bit, but all other alts started losing terrain, right? Red day for Ethereum, red day in dominance for Ripple, red day for Litecoin, which could mean not that money is flowing into Bitcoin, but money is flowing out of the alts as people are seeking refuge in other places. Like we said, gold and silver. Like right now, gold yesterday up, or this is silver actually, up 1.33%, and gold up yesterday, yeah, 0.98%, right? So big moves up for gold and silver. Right now they're also going up. So yeah, right now money's flowing out of the crypto market, not necessarily into Bitcoin, not necessarily into the altcoins. However, it is flowing out. On to Bitcoin news. So apparently we're gonna have more adoption for Bitcoin and cryptos for that matter. And Samsung has added support for Bitcoin to its blockchain phones. Previously, the S10 came out with a blockchain key store that was offering storage and transactions for Ethereum and ERC20 tokens, leaving all other cryptos basically out of it, right? Now, Samsung is adding Bitcoin features to their developers kit, and their SDK allows users to link Bitcoin addresses to the blockchain key store, sign crypto transactions, and check key store status. The blockchain features of the phone are only available in certain jurisdictions or countries, such as Canada, Germany, South Korea, Spain, Switzerland, and the UK. Now, if you're living in another country, you might not have access to these crypto wallets that came out with the Samsung phone. Um, as we see more crypto adoption happening, we might see more this increase to other countries. And as we stated yesterday, right? I mean, probably Bitcoin Cash might be a good candidate because yesterday we did an article saying that Bitcoin Cash was going to be accepted in over 1,000 stores in South Korea. So Samsung's from South Korea, so we might see a lot of adoption growing there, and maybe they will expand the amount of cryptos that their wallet will be able to hold. Now, that's the only article that I found that was worth mentioning for Bitcoin. I'm going to move into the Bitcoin chart right now. Bitcoin still within the downtrend. We had charted, fell out of this resistance at what is it, 11,243. Fell out of the channel, downsloping channel we had charted, and we fell briefly out of this mid channel, which would be the 50% line right here, where this large candle is, this channel right here. And we basically on the 4 hour we will be able to see it, but in the 4 hour, right, we fell out of it. This was at 7:11 in the morning when everything was going haywire. We touched the resistance, right? We also went below the resistance, but however, even though it was a red candle, it closed at the resistance, and right now we're sitting at that resistance. Went up. We have this this downsloping channel, 50% line. We said is acting as support. Sorry, and we have this resistance at 10,243, right? We actually went up and touched it and were rejected, right? So it didn't hold a support on this candle for 11 a.m. However, it is being resistance, and this downtrend is working as support right now, right? This 50% line we traced here. And apparently, this downsloping channel could also become a sort of resistance. We have failed to break up above it. On the other side, we're sitting oversold at 15.30. It's well below the 50 mark. So what we could see is maybe a we had one leg, two legs, three legs. We might see a potential reaction rally, right? We might see prices start coming up depending on news that come out tomorrow. There might be more fundamentals come out that will drive the price still further down. Besides this line, there is no support until like 9,297, right? No real strong support. So if we don't break above this 10,200 level, we might see price drops. This down sloping line could act as a support. However, we are still within the downtrend, right? So we could still go down to basically 8,000 on the downtrend. Now on to Ethereum news. Now Coinbase Commerce is putting Ethereum's Constantinople to use in thousands of retailers and merchants around the world. Coinbase Commerce launched last year, and it's an app for online vendors so that they can accept payments in crypto and integrate these purchases into their existing business's cash flow. Now this benefits businesses because if they take crypto and they don't take credit cards, then they don't have to deal with the fees that they get charged, which, as we stated earlier, were from 1.5% to 2.9%. Actually, not earlier, but in earlier articles we covered past days, right? Now, apparently, now over 50 million transactions have been, or $50 million transactions in total have been processed through Coinbase Commerce, and now the application is adding support for USDC, which is an Ethereum-based stablecoin, right? So again, more adoption, right? Businesses already using Coinbase Commerce, which is good. It means we're seeing more adoption of people taking crypto as a form of payment. Now this will bring more awareness and again more people into the markets. Now let's go look at the Ethereum chart, right? Dominance for Ethereum picking up right now on the 4 hour. On the daily, it is this small candle here. However, yesterday, red engulfing candle, right? Going down hard, sitting below the 8%, which we yesterday basically touched a little bit. Yesterday we were up a little bit when we were doing the night stream. Man, that stock market crashing and all this recession talk really bring everything down. onto the price of Ethereum. See, we see the price breaking down of the structure we had previously traced, invalidating it right now. If we go into the 4 hours, we don't have enough yet down here to create a new pattern. So we need to, down sloping impulse. We need to wait for some consolidation to happen so that we can trace something down here. If we see the potential rally reaction coming in, we might see prices go up. However, this might act as a resistance of sorts. Oversold on the RSI, sitting at 23.63. Need to wait for a pattern to develop to call something on Ethereum right now. There's basically, we were really fine here. Yesterday we said we might break into again, right? I think we were here yesterday, or this candle at 23 hours. We said we might break back in. However, with all this news and Germany coming out with their data, I mean, really pushing everything down, right? Now we're gonna move on to what else? We're gonna move on to XRP. Now, following on the news that we reported yesterday regarding Ripple, the lawsuit that we said it was happening. Now, like we said, it's being taken to court by Bradley Sostak, that is a Ripple investor who claims that the company engaged in selling unregistered securities. Now, Tony Vase, in his Twitter, which is going to be right here, he stated that basically the SEC is bringing Thor's hammer to Ripple, and that, the XRP army of the brain dead, your scam coin should have never existed, Ripple Corp, right? So basically, he's just calling XRP a scam. Now, I'm pro Ripple, right? I do hold Ripple. Most of my cryptocurrency portfolio is in Ripple. So I mean, I believe they're a good project. You know what happened with MoneyGram? They have a use case and they're demonstrating it, right? Banks have signed with Ripple for some of their solutions. Whether or not they're using XRP on the solutions right now, those banks, that's fine. MoneyGram is using it and it's putting it to the test. And if it becomes something good, then we might see more adoption, right? I'm happy with what Ripple's doing, but I do get some of the comments that he's saying. Not that it's a scam, but I also become a little bit frustrated with the way the XRP army behaves, right? Everyone's always like screaming, yeah, Ripple, it's the best digital asset ever created, the best crypto ever out there. And everyone's always talking about all these deals they're signing and how good Ripple's doing. But, at the first sign of trouble in the crypto market, Ripple drops hard, man. It's like everyone just abandons the project, and it could be that some people are scared. I'm not sure why. If they have that, that strong belief that Ripple's really strong and they're gonna do something, why do people just flee when something happens? It's like Bitcoin sneezes and Ripple just dies. I'm gonna go look at the chart right now and I'll show you what I'm talking about, right? Ripple right now, on the daily, which is this candle here right now, only we were gaining some dominance again. However, yesterday we dropped a lot of dominance, massive, going back up. Now on the price, right, which is the important thing. Look at this. I mean, the price of Ripple, man, it went down to almost 24. Oh, is it 0.2428 cents? It's really low from being at 29, so it almost dropped 20%, right? And no other crypto dropped that hard, and it's frustrating to see that so many people claim that Ripple's good, and it tanks so hard, man. It's hit 20%. Thank God it recovered, right? But at some point in time, I think Bitcoin was sitting at like minus 7%, minus 10%, and Ripple was sitting at minus 19%. And you look at this and you're like, man, how many people actually believe in this coin? Why do people just run away from it so quickly, right? Being that such a great asset, why do people just get scared and flee with their money and take it elsewhere? And yeah, like I said, it frustrates me that so many people say they stand behind the coin, but actually don't, no? So actually, back into the analysis, we had this downsloping channel that we have clearly broken out of. We had this support traced. We broke out of. We also had this support line at 0.2799 cents. We broke out that one as well, and we went all the way down and touched the 0.2442 line, which is a support from it's slight support from way back here, right? From August 14th and maybe September 10, 11. You know, we have a some sort of Adam and Eve double bottom here that also help have this impulse up. Now, you know, after that line, way back here might have given a little bit more resistance, which right now acted as support, right? But position of Ripple's very weak right now. We really need to get this coin going up. It's in the 4 hours. There's nothing we can chart yet because of that large impulse down. Now we need to consolidate a little bit so we can try and do something, right? And this is such a long week of FOMO. People just, you know, fear of missing out. They wanted to get out of the asset because they want to get trapped in their positions probably. We're gonna have to ignore it when we chart it because it's such a large spike that it's just gonna skew whatever we do. And right now there's nothing we can actually chart here. Maybe in the 1 hour, but I haven't looked at it yet. We can see some sort of maybe upwards consolidation, which is not that great right now. Momentum going back slowly to neutral, and we are slightly getting back into a neutral zone. RSI right now sitting at 31.71 on the 4 hours. I think we're oversold. Yeah, we're oversold for sure. Sitting at 19.20. Oh man, it's tough to see Ripple this low, man, for sure. Now I'm gonna move on to Litecoin chart because I didn't find any good news regarding Litecoin today. Just some recycled articles regurgitating stuff that we had already covered. And you guys, if you want to see the latest Litecoin news, they're in the previous videos we covered. And right now, basically, it was all just repeat stuff. So on to Litecoin chart, right? Dominance slightly increasing right now. This will be the daily, right? We're in the 4 hour. This will be opening the day. Positive 0.85%, recovering some, not much. This is daily. See on the daily, Litecoin, how much it went down yesterday? Almost nothing, man, right? I mean, that's not price, but dominance. This is price, right? Look, we don't have that long tail that Ripple did. And Litecoin, weirdly enough, still within this, almost a little bit below that downtrend we traced. Broken out of this other larger structure and validating it now. We're going to have to either get rid of it and see what happens tomorrow, or doing throughout the day today to see if we can chart something different tomorrow. However, look at what I was saying, man. Ripple, man. Long spike, right? Ethereum. Chill. Went down calmly, bounced back up a little bit, but Ripple, man, it's just insane how bad that coin drops, right? Again, onto Litecoin. Let's look at the 4 hours. Seems like we want to get back into this channel. We did close below it at the last 4 hours, which was 2 hours ago. Right now, we still have an hour and 33 minutes left on this candle. We are above right now. Could get back into that channel. And if we do, we might be able to do something like this and maybe increase this here. And putting us back at that channel, right? Maybe. Right now, it's still maybe. I'm just going to leave it as it is. See if we go back in. And maybe this will be a false breakout. However, this channel still holding, right? Now on to Binance news. I only found this article regarding Binance, which is basically Caspian announcing that they have a partnership with Binance Jersey for buying and selling cryptocurrencies with euros and British pounds. Now, this would be a great because it would lead for more industrial investors to come into the market. And this is expected to bring, this alliance is supposed to bring more security, right? More advanced security so that institutional investors can come into the market. That's basically all I found. The article is pretty short. It doesn't say much, just about Binance, about Caspian and everything from here to here. It's just not that much, right? They're just talking that this is going to happen. So on to Binance news. Our main chart. Dominance, Binance dropping right now. Minus 0.29, slightly drop, right? And Binance price, right? Let's see what's happening here. Binance price, we had it traced. This downtrend on the daily. We'll look at it real quick. Actually, we didn't look at this on the daily, but slightly right. Yesterday's day for Binance was very undecisive, right? Almost nothing happening. And right now, slightly dropping. Now we're gonna go again in the 4 hour because I want to show something here. We are still within this downtrend, right? If we make it larger at the same, we would be below it, right? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna readjust it right now a little bit because we'll get more touch points, and two, it will fit better the chart, right? So if we go here, look at this, just by raising it a little bit, right? Touch point, almost touch point, touch on the bottom and touch on the bottom, right? With some supports at the midline, right? Support, resistance. However, this is the only pattern that has not broken out of the structure that we have previously traced. And if we were to make this larger still, as it was, this might act as some support as well. However, I would expect to see maybe a turnaround for Binance and us shooting to higher prices and better times, right? Well, guys, basically that's all for today. If anyone has any questions or comments, feel free to ask on the chat, and I'll keep the stream open a little bit in case anyone has any comments they want to do. All right. All right, I guess no comments, right? Anyway, guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Again, if you like what we do, give us a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you're notified when we come live. And if you believe that the content that we're producing here, it's of value to you or your colleagues, please, introduce them to the channel. We want to get this community going. Again, happy, what is it today? Wednesday. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day or night.